body chasing the truth.
I'm going to do a reaction video to George Janko debating Andrew Tate about happiness.
A lot of people are obsessed with the idea of happiness. And especially as a man, I think that happiness can actually be a very destructive motivator. And when men sit and say, I want to be happy, I want to feel happy. To feel happy, a lot of the time, you're looking for temporary hedonism. To be happy, you want to get drunk or take drugs or do something stupid temporarily, and it's very short-lived. I think you should instead be looking as a man to say, I want to feel proud. If you choose pride over happiness, you're...
The Bible, man's biggest sin is pride. But of course he can relate to that because he thinks he's God and he thinks he's above God.
Going to make decisions that you're proud of and that people around you are proud of, and it's going to be better for yourself and better for society and better for everyone who loves you, everyone you care about.
I think that's the first thing you said that
I knew that was coming.
You disagree? I think the best thing a man can do is wake up and
Hold
say...
on. I knew that was coming from George because pride, out of all the sins in the Bible, God talks about that as the biggest sin of men and women that they can commit. It's the downfall of every man and woman on the entire planet that he created.
Say, what can I do that's going to make me proud of myself and other people are proud of me?
Let's get into our debate.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, he looked at you
I
like
believe
that.
pride will always be the downfall of you. In fact, God calls it an abomination. If you stand before God and you search for anything in your heart and you take pride in it, you're saying that you did it, not God. That is my argument against that one. Two, happiness could be today. It's all perspective.
Yeah.
If you look at a tree, you could look at it and be like, oh, me and my dad used to pick apples.
He's like, yeah, I need to hear that. I want to hear myself talk. I don't want to hear what God says. I'm Andrew Tate. I am God.
From that tree, or his father hung himself in that tree.
Yeah.
It's the perspective. So anything could be changed in a perspective. So if you ask from God's perspective, and God used to walk into the room and say, Shalom, peace be upon you.
Yeah.
So I believe you could enter peace. I believe that you could only find peace when you welcome God into your life. Now, it might sound like a crazy nutcase that's a religious man, but
George, stop saying that. You don't have to make people feel more comfortable or make people accept you. Don't put yourself down and say, well, you know, people might think I'm a crazy religious man for saying this. Stop showing that insecurity to the world. If they don't like it, too bad. It's the truth. It's God's word, and you know that's what it is. So just stop with all that. You can stop putting a stigma on yourself because you're telling people the truth, and you know the world isn't going to accept your truth because if they did it to Jesus, they'll do it to you.
I truly believe in all of my heart that money will never give you peace.
It won't.
I believe love will
Look
give
at
you
Andrew's
peace.
face.
Love comes from God and the people that are around you. Your mother gives...
Andrew Tate, they love everything for the money. They will sell their own mother out. They will, you know, they'll do anything for money. So they would throw anybody under the bus. Their Real World app and War Room app proves that it's the Real World app is been removed from Google and Apple because it was a pyramid scheme for children. And if you look at the War Room, they're obviously teaching young men how to pimp women for money. So, George, you're...
gives you peace.
Good luck.
Your father gives you peace. You can't buy that.
Yeah.
And if you ask God for 5 things, only 5 things, Andrew, your Bugatti wouldn't be there.
Absolutely.
But your brother would.
Of course.
So you come into the world with peace and love. So
But you don't think pride is one of the biggest motivators of masculine excellence? You don't think
No,
that...
because once you achieve it, you want more, and that's where it gets
Of course, but you
dangerous.
do not think Mayweather decided he wanted to be proud of himself by beating
Why would
everyone?
you
don't
want to
think
be
Michael...
Mayweather? What, so you
Okay,
can have money
Michelangelo...
and then just pick on YouTubers and box them?
Of course. I'm not insulting Mayweather or good or bad, but
Well, actually, I might cut that because it might jump me. So
Michelangelo.
Okay. He cut his ear off.
Okay. Artists, Da Vinci. What I'm saying is some of the most beautiful works of art, some of the most gorgeous cathedrals, some of the most beautiful churches you'll ever lay your eyes on were done because a man felt proud of his work. Feeling pride in
But
yourself.
what happened to that man?
Being of course, but being pride.
So you're looking at the art and you're trying, that's pride. You want everybody to take pride into you. But guess what, Andrew? Right now, if you died, regardless of all the work you've done, regardless of all of everything that you put in, I'm a better man, Reed's a better man, DaVinci's a better man. I forgot your name, I'm so sorry.
Bailey.
Bailey's a better man. All these guys are a better man for 2-3 generations. But when you die, you have the same grave of a man that you...
George, are you really trying to imply that you're a better man because of Andrew Tate? Is that what you're implying about the men around the room? Because of Andrew Tate, they're better men? Not because maybe they found God or read the Bible or went through their own life's lessons and learned things? It's because of Andrew Tate, George. Come on, man.
You hate. Because time moves on.
Of course.
Everything collects moth and rust.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
You don't think God can give you pride in yourself for doing the right things?
I think that you could find joy in it, but again, everything has its time. So you take pride in your art, but at one point, all those artists became crazy, bro. So what's the fucking worth of it?
Okay, I understand that. So we can look at it a bunch of different ways, but you just talked about a man looking in the mirror and being proud of his body to motivate himself. That's pride.
Absolutely, pride to an extent, right? Pride to an extent. But if it's your motivator, that's the problem. Everybody needs a certain type of emotion. You need fear, but you're not going to live fear throughout your whole life. But
we have our default emotions that we seek, and this is the point I'm making, because when I talk to people, I think we all have our default emotions we seek, and depressed people, their default emotion that they're looking for is sympathy. They want sympathy, either from themselves or from somebody else, and they always have a soft...
Depressed people want sympathy? I mean, where did you get your PhD, Andrew? I'm just curious. No, some depressed people have just a chemical issue or an issue that's just bothering them. They don't want anybody's sympathy. They're just depressed. You know, it's just typical Tateisms 101.
Story is always about how hard their life was and they did drugs and blah, blah, blah. And they want everyone to feel sorry for them. They're searching for sympathy. If you're the kind of person who searches for happiness, whether male or female, in my experience, people who search for happiness end up doing hedonistic, temporary, stupid things. When I find men who search to feel proud of themselves, I want people to be proud of me and I want to be proud of myself and I want to be respected. They often delay happiness. They often go through very difficult things and build things which are beautiful or build things which are difficult to do. They often go to the other side of fear to feel that pride. I did it. I faced my fear. I did it.
Yeah.
So I think as a man searching for pride or searching to feel proud is a pretty positive mindset for masculine achievement. I understand what you're saying from the biblical sense. I actually understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I just say if you were to take a man and say, how would you make your parents, your girlfriend, and yourself proud of you?
I agree. I just don't want it to be the driving vehicle. And that's the only thing I care about. I just don't want it to be the driving vehicle, right?
And then I have to sit here and analyze myself. Is pride the driving vehicle for me? Like, why do I even...
100%
Why do I even do what I do? Like, do I feel proud of myself when I awaken people to how the matrix works? Well, yes. But is that because I believe I'm helping them, or do I just feel happy in and of myself? Why do I own all the things I own? Why do I want...
He's awakened them to how the matrix works. So all the evidence against the Tates is from the matrix. It's not their own actions, words, behaviors, texts, tweets. All the evidence is a matrix attack, and Andrew Tate is going to awaken you from the matrix. All right. Well, I hope that argument holds up in court for you guys shortly.
Want all the things I want. And it's very interesting you asked a question earlier before we got down this point when you said, has money made me happier or made me more anxious? And the answer to that is both. I think that you're certainly anxious when you have an empire because you understand how difficult it is to maintain, especially in my position, right? I've been hit by DCAUT and FBI and all these huge federal agencies are trying to take everything I've ever worked for.
And from your loved ones that you're leaving.
From my loved ones, all the money I've ever made. It's actually a very...
The reason why they're trying to take all the money you've ever made is because when you get your gains through criminal activity, they seize it, Andrew. And it doesn't matter if you took the money and bought your family something, they're going to seize the items that you purchased for them with the money that you gained through a criminal enterprise, Andrew. Okay, so let's not make it sound like they're just doing it out of, because they don't like you.
Very difficult, precarious situation to be in. And even if you ever get to the position where you pay yourself $500,000 every single morning, you get concerned with, am I still going to be able to do this? Then the money ain't making you happy. You're working so hard to make sure you'll always be able to pay yourself that money that you don't even spend, that you don't even need.
That's the pride thing I was trying to tell you about.
Of course.
So you're
this is how you hold
feeding
on
it,
to things.
and it's a stomach that keeps needing.
It does keep needing. You're completely right. But that's also how...
He's Mr. Anti-Drug, but that's his drug. And George knows that, and George is pointing that out to him. So the man of Mr. Stoicism and, self-control is a drug addict in a certain type of way.
There's no light without dark. The stomach keeps needing, completely agree with you, but that's also how I managed to propel myself from here to here, and I'm going to go want to beat this garbage even high. So I agree with you. There's
the pride before the fall. He's here and here and here. Now, he's about to be here in jail for about 10 to 20 years.
It's my gas. Yeah. My gas is, and then, so there's anxiety attached.
Did that change when you got a daughter?
I think in some ways it got worse because there's anxiety attached to my money, but the true happiness that I get from my money is the fact that I can give people I care about anything I want.
You can set them free.
I can set them free.
Yeah.
So I said this even to a girl I was dating. I said, you're happy all the time, and I love that. because I'm stressed. I don't get any of the happiness you get from life. You wake up and you do your nails and you shop for Prada and you get to look gorgeous and you smile all day and you get to make a cute.
Give me a break, Andrew. Well, maybe you need to get a new girlfriend that really cares about your well-being then, and, you know, got a job and didn't just do her nails and go buy Prada and all this other It's just like this is the epitome of pride before the fall. So good luck, Andrew.
Cupcake, and you bring me the cupcake and you laugh, ha ha ha, cupcake.
It's not even
I'm concerned with real
it's
important
pathetic,
things. Deco
what
are
he's
trying to put me
saying.
in jail. Millions of dollars have gone missing.
A cupcake,
I'm dealing
ha, ha,
with real
like-
stuff. You're dealing with cupcakes. But
Right.
I am happy that I go.
Because there's no women on the planet that actually get up and go to work and pull their own weight and, you know, can choose a man based on not what they need, because they actually love, like, and respect. Right, Andrew? You have to get females that need your money, that have no other options, so you can basically treat them like slaves. And hey, if the money gets tight and goes bad, we'll just pimp you out and put you on webcam. What's the big deal, right?
Go through all of this so I can make you happy.
Yeah.
So my money makes me happy.
provider.
Yeah, I'm a provider. My money makes me happy because every single person I
George
love lives a
already knows.
fantastic life.
Can I ask
and
you
if
a
I have
question?
to suffer so 50 people can live content, I believe that a man should do that.
Well, there you have it. More Andrew Tateisms, you know, the pride before the fall, and that's what's coming for Andrew and Tristan Tate. He clearly doesn't get it, but he is going to learn reality when he's sitting in that jail cell alone with his thoughts for a long time.